Namaste. This is Vedanta Acharya Venkatesh Chakila with a critical analysis of the dogmatic distortions by Ramanuja in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita 2:17, a verse committed to reveal non-duality. Today, we expose how sectarian interpretation can veer away from scriptural truth and shroud the non-dual teachings of the Gita into an unwarranted dogma. Let's begin with the verse itself. Avinashi tu tad vidhi yena sarvam idam tatam vinashamavyayasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. May you know the self to be indestructible and to be the only real thing which pervades everything. This is a straightforward assertion. What pervades everything? That reality is indestructible. The Gita directly speaks of non-dual Satyam as the individual self, which is in line with the Upanishadic teaching Tattvamasi. The verse established the oneness of Jiva with Ishvara. Parama Pujya Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya makes it explicit that the reality that pervades everything is indestructible because it is the substance of all phenomena, transcending all the distinctions. Based on the Upanishad statements Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, there is no scope for anything apart from that, since only that pervades all. Everything else has to be not outside that, but that itself. However, Ramanuja, tied to a sectarian doctrine of Vishishtadvaita, imposes artificial restrictions. He claims the self pervades the body due to extreme subtlety, Atyanta Sukshma, and equates this pervasion to an individual soul pervading its insentient body. Ramanuja stops short of acknowledging non-duality. He insists on ontological distinction between Jiva and Ishvara. He takes the clear universal language of this verse and tries to force it into a dualistic interpretation by hiding behind the phrase extremely subtle, Ati Sukshmatva. He attempts to dodge the simple direct meaning. The self is real, indestructible, and pervades everything. Yena sarvam idam tatam. That can only mean one reality is present in all, and that is the self. And the self is not an individuated soul trapped in the body. Well, here lies the contradiction. Ramanuja admits the first part of the verse that the self is indestructible, but that all pervasiveness is not accepted and limited to only the body, without any proper scriptural evidence. Ramanuja insists that it is different from the sentient body, and yet it pervades it. If two things are truly different, how can one pervade the other fully? The usage of extremely subtle by Ramanuja, which is not mentioned in the verse, becomes an escape route, a rhetorical device to maintain sectarian boundaries, even as the verse calls for transcendence of all boundaries. This is the classic case of dogma overriding the straightforward message of the Bhagavad Gita. The text needs no artificial gloss. The self is the indestructible principle that pervades everything. That's Advaita, which Bhagavan Krishna declares. Let us return to the pristine teaching of the Gita. Let's not allow sectarian prejudices or dogmatic language to obscure the radiant message of the Gita, which is non-duality. To all the seekers, the truth is clear. That by which everything is pervaded, that alone is real, and that's what you are. Remember, knowledge means fearless inquiry, not ideological shelter. Om Tat Sat.